funny.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's dual purpose.
Yeah, no.
It's dual purpose.
That's, I saw an opportunity, I went for it. That was a good joke.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is a good cat.
Alrighty. It's Jacob V Weekly. You can text us live at 314-626-4208. We're streaming live on YouTube. We're streaming live on Twitch. We're streaming live on Facebook. We finally have a Facebook page up and running since the great Nigerian scandal of last year. Finally got back off the ground.
The Nigerian stole his Facebook.
The Nigerians, brother.
Okay,
I'm working on a Liam Neeson movie about it.
I was gonna ask. I was gonna be like, is this actually like a
yeah, and then they were trying to act like they were me, and they were trying to sell fake puppies.
Mm-hmm. The puppies weren't even real.
They wanted you to pay. That was the worst part of it, because then it made it look like I was selling puppies, which is morally not the way I would do my life.
Well, even if they actually were selling puppies, they were like half a world away. So it's like there's a whole, shipping and handling factor of that. Like even if it was someone that was like, hey, I have this puppy here for you.
It's hard to ship puppies.
Oh, it's in South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sorry.
It's hard to ship puppies. No, and that's the thing. And they were, I can't talk about it. It's an ongoing investigation. You guys are camera 4.
I think Nigeria is more like Western Africa.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
He said South Africa.
No, I didn't. I would not have.
Okay.
It's okay.
I certainly did not.
If
Let's
there's
move on.
any kind of like continental or country kind of like blindness, you can blame it all on me.
Mm.
It's totally fine.
It's also known as geographical ignorance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
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 Yeah, that's better. I'm going to put you guys in the smaller window.
Well, have you ever actually thought about where states are on the East Coast, having no experience with the East Coast, really? I know I have, and some places you didn't know where they really were. It was a guess.
Like what? Like West Virginia as opposed to like
Yeah, like North Carolina, South Carolina. I thought they were way further north than they are, but they're more mid to south East Coast.
Yeah.
I don't know shit.
it makes the Great Revolution seem a lot more feasible.
The Great Revolution.
Or like the overall just shape
I'm
of
sorry.
Manhattan and like where it is. And Long Island is pretty long, but it's not an island.
The United States independence, as it were, just being like, hey, we're just like I don't know, a geographical map of like 1,500 square feet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of,
I'm sorry, Miles, just being like, oh, hey, like we want more of this.
Just last week was Mexican Constitution Day. The Mexican Constitution Celebration Day was last Monday.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I didn't take off work for it, but if I had known, I would have.
Tell me more about that.
So Mexico had a constitution, and it had something to do with last Monday.
Like that was the anniversary of the
must have
establishment of the Constitution?
What was was it the 6th? I think it was the 6th.
You're the one that told me.
Yeah, I was just looking at a calendar at work the other day, and I saw Mexican Constitution Day. That's all I got.
I always do that. You know how like your phone will put random holidays that you've never heard of in your calendar? I always tell people I can't do shit because of those holidays.
I kind of gave up on the whole new holiday thing where every day was International Something Day. It just kind of started.
Well, right, but that's also like an honorary thing, something that bodies can do to raise somebody up.
Well, anything could be anything now, because if someone says that you are missing out or need to remember something on iMessages or whatever, then they can just go ahead and be like, do you want me to put a reminder in here for your friend's birthday?
Yeah.
Or it could be anything. Just be like, hey, you need to pull that thumb out your ass. And then you could literally just be like, set a reminder, pull a thumb out my ass. And then Siri will just pop up and be like, hey, do you want me to go ahead and set a calendar date?
There is that one thing that I don't like is when that happens, I still take it upon myself as a person to remember that date and what I have to do that day. And then my phone reminds me and I already knew and I just want to be like, shut the fuck up, phone.
You're just going to go ahead and put that thumb up your butt even more, though.
I twist it clockwise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The thumb.
So we want to start like we do every week by reminding you to check out Catty Shack of New Hamel, Illinois. Our only real sponsor-type relationship right now is with a nonprofit cat rescue. I donate the top of every show to them because they've saved hundreds and hundreds, thousands of cats in counting. Small family-owned operation, Catty Shack, New Hamel, Illinois. The only way to support this show financially is patreon.com/JacobV. Patreon.com, JACOBVI. You get exclusive content. There's a great new collab with a dear friend of mine on there that I just posted last week. Top secret stuff, though.
Is that where we can get nudes? Like exclusively on Patreon?
Jacob V Weekly Nudes.
I hope so.
I don't know, he hasn't said anything.
Yeah, that's you can get nudes of the cats.
There you go.
All right, kitty nudes.
The cats really like to spread it on the gram. So
yeah.
I'm in a band called No Antics. We have shows coming up. Keep up with us on Instagram. We have our next one. We had one we were supposed to do last night, but everybody got sick. It was really a sad situation. No Antics is playing March 4th at Platypus with The Public, Alive Alone, and Daisy Chain. I love Daisy Chain. I love The Public. I don't know Alive Alone yet, but I'm sure they're great. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. No Antics is the best band in town. Come check them out. I'm also in a really great band called Blinded by Stereo. We have a vinyl record out for purchase on Bandcamp. We'll mail it to you. Really good. It's also available to stream everywhere. Blinded by Stereo, No Antics. What else do I got going on? Lots and lots of things in the works, some of which we're going to talk about today. I have a single out called Easy Livin', EZLVN. Easy space LVN on all your streaming platforms. It's been kind of picking up some steam because I've been putting in some Instagram posts. So if you like a gay bar kick drum and a honky tonk piano, that one's for you.
Is it as good as a gay banger as the Vin Diesel song?
Was it Like I Do?
Yeah, Feel Like I Do.
Feel Like I Do. That's right.
Can you sing that for me?
I don't know you, but I feel like I do.
He has an original song?
He actually does.
He has two.
It literally sounds like an amalgamation of every single gay club banger that you've ever heard in your entire life.
Vin Diesel's.
Yeah. This is original.
This is Vin Diesel, baby.
Yeah, I did hear this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't want to get flagged.
It's a bop. It's a bop. It's a bop. Sorry.
It's a bop.
We're still on the cuck timer right now.
It was a dance in your kitchen because you can't go anywhere else because COVID was happening, bop.
Also, I would say like his publicist was like, "Hey, I don't know if this Fast and Furious thing is going to work out."
Yeah, you might want to think of alternative avenues. Like, what are you going to do after Fast and Furious 12?
We're up to number 9 right now. I don't know if we're going to get to number 10, maybe 11. You know, we lost Paul.
We're at 10.
8. We're at 10.
They just dropped the trailer for 10.
10?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Fast X.
Fast
right?
X. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, they did not call it Fast X.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Fast X for 10, the Roman numeral.
I think after they got after like 4 or 5, they started to go with Roman numerals just to make it seem like a classier kind of thing.
It's definitely class. You know what I've always said about numerals? Classy.
Well, I think they should end it on the fastest and the most furious.
But the thing is that the older we get, it gets more faster and more furious.
It does.
It's going to max out, though.
But I think that this one
have they gone to space yet?
No, they did in the last one.
Yeah, they did in the last one. But this one,
they went to space in the last one.
Oh, absolutely.
But in this one, Jason Momoa is the bad guy, obviously, and I think they do end it at a drag race, like they went to Race Wars in the first one. So I think they're really trying to. I think Helen Mirren plays like an aunt or something too. I don't know what's going on.
Helen Mirren.
Yep.
Is in Fast 10.
I think.
You got to look that up.
I thought I saw her old face in the trailer.
You have to look that up.
I'm going to IMDb
Helen
it right now.
Mirren.
Yep. The actress.
I mean, she started doing like Yellowstone shit.
She's doing Yellowstone?
Yeah. Well,
what happened to her?
1923.
It must be expensive to live in England.
Oh, her and Harrison Ford.
Everybody just wants a paycheck, man. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, we're all just working for it.
Oh, yeah. Helen Mirren plays someone named Queenie. Queenie is the character
she's
name.
Also in
the Vin Diesel Fast X?
In Fast X.
And then she's also in the new Shazam movie, too.
Yes, she is like an elder wizard or witch.
She must have like a grandbaby in college or something.
I think that all these like older actors and actresses...
You think they're outliving their retirement?
They're just like seeing something coming on the horizon by being like, I got to get this shit in my fucking paycheck.
I got to cash out.
Yeah.
I got to cash out so I can go on that rocket to Mars with Elon and the Kardashians.
Go ahead and sign me up. I'm going to go ahead and do this like Marvel. I'm going to do this superhero shit.
Well, that's like it's like the Daniel Tosh joke about football players that play for too long. It's like, how much money? Yeah, I'm going to do that. Like how Seriously, because even he says it, he goes really deep in detail in the bit. I forget, this is years ago, but that like at some point, like even to be like third string, you could get like 800 grand for a season. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to do that.
It really
750 grand to sit on my ass and dress up a couple times a week. Thank you.
I feel like we all forget Jerry Maguire because really
Cuba Gooding.
Sports playing is more about who you have representing you rather than what you actually do on the field.
I just need you to show me the money. That's all I need.
Yeah, show me the money.
Yeah.
Help me help you.
You know what, though? They canceled Cuba because he was saying, show me them titties.
Oh, yeah. He got some.
Because he was saying, show me the yams.
Is it because is it because he got too
Can
big
I
off
get
of
to
his,
the
his
yams?
Snow Dogs endeavor?
It was Snow Dogs, and then while on Snow Dogs, he tried to see a bunch of titties that didn't want to be seen, and then that was it for him. It's a wrap.
He has always loved titties. He did a movie in like the early 2000s with one of those fat comedians that used to be on like Mad TV or something. And
Will Sasso?
That one? Maybe? No, it was a different guy. But either way, they faked being gay to get on a cruise with a bunch of supermodels.
That was actually Will Sasso. No, Horatio Sands.
Horatio Sands, that's who it was.
Horatio Sands
Love
was
Cruise.
on SNL, though.
That's right, you're correct.
Yeah.
I mixed it up. Sorry.
Horatio Sands was the funny guy after Chris Farley died.
For a short period. And then for some reason, they tried really hard to get Kevin James into it, and that just didn't stick unless you're in
Kevin James was on SNL?
No. He was trying to be the popular fat funny guy.
He was on the Happy Madison train.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rode that.
We all can't forget Paul Blart Mall Cop. Or
Paul
Blart.
Paul Blart,
Per Blart
Paul
Mall
Blart,
Cop.
plop, plop.
But he also had King of Queens.
Kings and Queens.
The only reason that show actually existed was because of Leah
Scientology.
Remini's Scientology.
Because Satan.
Yes.
Because they
Thank
sold
you.
their
But she
soul
got
to
out
the
of it.
devil.
She got out of it and she got
But
tanked.
she got
And
out
was
for
that-
that money.
and
For
that
that
was-
not doing
HBO
anything.
money.
And that was about the same time that King and Queens went, off the air. Oh, weird.
And that was back. That was the only people that were paying for her butthole shade lipstick. Mm-hmm.
She has a butthole shade lipstick?
She was
That
wearing
was-
butthole shade lipsticks a
You
lot.
cannot doubt her for the late 90s and early 2000s lifestyle
Yeah.
habits.
Yeah, like I know the lipstick you're talking about,
The
where it's like a very,
butthole shade.
it's a very clinical type of mauve.
Flesh
When they
color.
go
It
to
looks-
when they make the kissy face, it looks like a butthole.
But the lipstick shade, it looks like a liver. Like it's just red
Yeah,
enough
like
that it looks like
red
an
and
organic
brown
material,
and
but
probably
mostly a
bruised.
brown, but they'll do
Fleshy.
like a glitter on it.
Mhm.
It's a fleshy.
it's
It's
a-
a fleshy mauve.
It's a moist sheen.
But there was a
It's
lip
a moist.
liner.
It's a moist fleshy mauve.
The lip liner, though.
And then you line it out though, but then they'll line it out in like crimson, and then they'll look like a goddamn sorceress.
Oh, it's a lot.
Carmen Electra. Good
Carmen
Burger.
Electra used to line a lip.
That-
Carmen Electra used to line that lip, honey.
That lips
Perfect
got so
example.
lined.
Yeah.
Hi, Dan.
I feel like Miss Cleo. I got this incense burning in front of my camera because I'm too lazy to move it, and I look like Miss Cleo. Text us live. 3.
You scared the cats.
Huh?
Danielle came in.
Oh, Danny. Hello, baby. We're just cruising, Daddy.
Are you trying to get a beer?
We're just sitting in the dark talking about how Leah Remini wore lipstick that was the shade of a butthole.
We were talking about butthole shade lipstick in the early 2000s, late 90s. Kind of.
Can I get to the yams?
I would just call that like flesh colored.
It was a fleshy mauve, is what we decided.
Flesh colored lip wear altogether.
I think I agree though with what we were saying. That was liver colored because liver has a very, like
livery.
dark,
It was like
but also kind of red,
It was
Purple.
a livery,
like
mauve.
burgundy, like a burgundy butthole.
Oh, you smell delightful,
shade.
honey.
But it was like
You're,
matte.
you're the best smelly thing in the room.
It's the plug the product.
What is it?
Glossier.
You got it on you? Let me hold it up to the
It's
camera.
some sort. It looks like
Not
lip
a
balm.
sponsor. What? It's not labeled.
It's a solid perfume. It's Glossier and like a flip it open.
Oh, Glossier, and you
Do that
flip
shit.
it open.
It's all over the fucking place.
It smells so good.
It's a little vaginal.
No.
It's a little vaginal.
No, it's not. It's warm.
It reminds me of. It smells like something that would be on someone who also has a vagine.
She does have a vagine.
Well, maybe that's why.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Confirmed.
Wear this.
A man could not wear that.
Yes.
A man could not. A man would not wear that.
A man could, but it would throw.
It's not-
into
but it's not
question
sexy
so
enough.
many
So
things.
what she's saying is it's perfumey and floral
It's
and sweet, but also
It's got
has
like
a little bit of musk.
It kind of smells. What's the term? Menopausal.
You're gonna hurt her feelings.
No, but in a very clean way.
I'm gonna have to hear about this later.
It smells like a first grade teacher. Clay, smell this.
I smelled it. It's been on my neck.
Yeah, I put it on.
No,
I really like it.
It
It smells like a school nurse is what it smells like.
Okay, let me meet you in the middle there. Instead of a first grade teacher, it smells like a 5th grade art teacher that gave up.
No, I don't feel like it smells like failure. I just feel like it smells.
I'm not talking about failure.
It smells like
them giving up on giving a shit
It
about
smells
what they
like an
smell
older vessel that harbors estrogen.
So a 5th grade art teacher.
Yeah. Or school nurse.
Y'all keep dogging on my
Smell it.
I had a school
Smell
nurse
it
once
with
I
your
gave up.
mouth, Danielle. How dare you?
Honey,
It's a good scent.
honey, I like the way it smells.
I
love
said
it.
I loved it. The first thing I said was you smell good. That's the first thing I said.
It's true. We did say that first.
That's how it came up.
proceeded to like use derogatory and like
Derogatory.
Get upstairs. Get up,
Derogatoriums.
Go hang out with the dogs in hoodies.
Oh, are all the dogs wearing their hoodies?
All the dogs wearing the hoodies.
Oh,
dogs
my
wearing
dogs
hoodies.
have matching hoodies. It's on my Instagram.
You're
It's
welcome.
really
I
cool.
have 9 female wives. Go to my Instagram.
Jake, what's that Instagram?
Well, we have an Instagram for the show that's at Jacob V Weekly. That's up here on the above here on my stream at Jacob V Weekly. Instagram for the show. I am going to post the pictures of the dogs on the show page right now. You can update live, follow along with us at home. I have so many Instagrams I manage now.
I mean, if you're not plugging yourself, what are you plugging? You know?
You got to plug yourself.
Plug
You got to
yourself.
plug it in at Jacob V Weekly on Patreon, patreon.com/Jacob V Weekly. Dogs and Hoodies on Instagram at Jacob V Weekly on Instagram. Look at them. They're so precious. They are the love of my life. And it's on the Instagram exclusive right now. Exclusive filter for the Instagram.
If you've never seen dogs and hoodies anywhere else before,
Yeah.
I would.
They're
highly suggest
matching.
starting
They
out.
look
They're
like
matching
TLC. They're
hoodies.
like a pastel. Like it's a very 90s look.
Mhm.
I'm tagging my most recent hit single.
Like
Don't
on
go-
the-
like early TLC, or are we talking like Don't Go Chasing
Chasing Waterfalls.
Well, you know what?
TLC?
You're going to
Maybe
have to
Creep.
go to Jacob V
Creep.
Weekly on Instagram to find out. At Jacob V Weekly on Instagram. It's been posted. Look, here I am. You can see my puppies on my phone here.
Ain't too proud to beg.
Ain't too proud to beg.
Yep.
Sweet darling, please don't leave me, girl.
Let's move on.
Oh, don't go. I've been playing music since 10 o'clock this morning.
I know.
It's insanity.
rough.
That means that you still have like a soul.
I had children today. I had a group of 7, and I had 2 drummers and 2 keyboardists and 3 singers, and a guitar player who was precious. Oh my God, he's so precious. And we were working on Tutti Frutti by Little Richard.
Ooh.
Really good.
Do you have the capacity to let the kids know that you're teaching that is actually about like anal sex?
Well, no, because that's the problem. Because I remember seeing the movie,
They didn't receive it.
the biopic, the Little Richard biopic for like VH1
That's a real
Classic or whatever.
thing.
But here's the thing. Originally, it was like a Tutti Frutti.
loose booty.
Good. I thought it was good booty.
Good booty.
Mm-hmm.
Tutti frutti, all Rudy.
A wappa baloo good goddamn is what he used to say. And then they had a young conservative lyricist come in. And,
I did
and
meet a
wad-
girl named
wash it for
Sue,
him.
and she knew just what to do.
No, that's gross. That's not okay to say.
It's in the song.
But that's also a previous experience in your life that we don't like to talk
There's a
about.
girl named Daisy. She used to drive me crazy.
Crazy.
Those are lyrics in the song.
But those are all like actually like
We fostered a dog named Daisy for a short time
that's
who
obviously like all like
could kill birds.
shit. It's like, hey,
She looked like a little precious Ewok, like a teddy bear, but she would go out there and
It was just
capture and
another
kill a
version
bird.
of I Got a Woman by Ray Charles. It's
I
just,
got a woman.
I got a man.
Little Richard, though, you know what I've always said about Little Richard that's different about him and Ray Charles? Little Richard can see.
That's true. You're speaking facts.
It's true.
Like, well, have you like what about the whole conspiracy theory that Ray Charles can actually see?
No, that's Stevie Wonder that they
Stevie
think
Wonder
can
can
see.
Stevie Wonder?
Yeah.
Ray
Okay.
Charles definitely couldn't see.
Well,
Ray
there's
Charles was blind.
there-
Ray Charles, you had to pay him in ones.
like blind. Well, that's why he had to deal with Pepsi, right?
Mhm.
Because I grew up knowing Ray Charles as like the Pepsi guy. I was like, man, this guy really likes Pepsi.
For a short time, he was a raisin.
Money is money.
No, you're thinking of the California
But
Raisins.
there was a Ray Charles California
There
raisin.
was. He had
There
big, he
was?
had big old white teeth.
It
What?
looked just like him. It was not okay. It was not okay at all.
Too much of a likeness.
It was racial. It had a racial vibe.
Because you can't have a race and compare. You can't compare the two things without it's race.
It looked too much like him.
A racial raisin.
It was not okay. Clay, can you pull this up?
I remember it. And what do you want me to pull it up on? I show it to him. You mean?
Ray Charles, California Raisin.
I feel like the California Raisins itself was just like a whole thing of like just like, oh well, okay, that was a time we all lived in.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna show it to you.
Are you looking it up for him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Oh my God, Ray Charles, California Raisins. That's crazy.
Oh well, I'm just seeing it as like him.
Oh my God.
Animation.
Oh, it's horrifying.
I'm looking at it.
Oh God, these ads now. The ad experience.
Oh, that was I think that was a Lipton commercial.
No,
This
here he is.
California
Look.
Raisins commercial featuring.
Wait,
Ray
it's
Charles.
him as claymation.
Yeah,
It's
so
a claymation.
It's not even him as a raisin.
Yeah.
Oh my God! But then it's the California. He's playing with the California Raisins.
Okay, but what's worse?
No.
Is this
You know what?
commercial
You know
worse?
what?
I don't see where
Because this reminds me a lot of that No Diggity Blackstreet video.
Oh, there you go.
What? Oh, that's not okay. I'm watching this thing. This is not okay with me.
I'm gonna send this to Jacob.
Are you watching the same thing I'm watching?
No.
I feel like the whole idea of someone coming up with an
Here's
ad
the thing.
campaign for
So he's not.
raisins,
So I
though?
misspoke. Let me correct the record officially. They didn't turn Ray Charles into a raisin, but they made a claymation Ray Charles that I just don't feel like is okay for some reason.
I just sent you a picture of a California raisin toy that looks like Ray Charles, but it's definitely a raisin.
See, and that's not.
So
good
I
for
think
me
they
either.
did do it, but the main thing was the commercial with him being claymation.
But I guess he consented to that.
He probably got paid a bunch of money.
Do you think they paid him all in singles, or do you
pro-
think they could write him checks by
The
then?
thing was,
Well, could he be able to tell
even
the
if he-
difference between the bills if they paid him in cash?
I was going to
anyways?
say the big issue with that whole thing.
But that's the
also
thing.
is,
That's why
like,
he had to get paid in singles, so that he knew.
They thought he'll never see this.
Well,
so we
that's
can get away with it.
you know what, and this is awful. But that's the first thing I thought when I was watching. I said, "Thank God he could never see this."
Mhm.
Because he would be mortified at what they did to his image
What-
and his likeness and
what-
his legacy and his good name.
Is this like we're talking about like this is what the California Raisins are doing to Ray Charles' memory? What's about like fucking Pepsi like setting Michael Jackson on fire or some shit?
Well, that happened. They
Yeah.
did that. They set him on fire at that Super Bowl. I thought it was a hit.
early 90s, like just basically like any generation, like
I don't know. I thought that performance was pretty fire.
Well, I guess that's our time. On that note,
Well, I mean, we're speaking of late musicians. We could talk about Burt Bacharach passing away.
yeah, R.I.P. Burt, Big Birdie back. He was 94. I had no idea he was still alive.
94.
yeah. Well, that's because there hasn't been an Austin Powers movie to go ahead and bring him into
But that
Runaway.
seems like such a
It's been
missed.
like 20
It's such a
years.
wasted opportunity. If I had known he had been alive this whole time, we could have done another one.
Needs now.
I think that he had probably already sold off all of his music rights, though. That's why he had existed within the Austin Powers universe, or at least in my man.
He probably sold him out
Burt
30 years ago.
Bacharach.
He never thought he'd
Birdie.
live to be this old.
Birdie back.
Yeah. I mean, I never knew about Burt Bacharach until I was like,
I only know him.
1997
I only know him
Yeah.
from Austin Powers, and he wrote like one Dusty Springfield song that I think the White Stripes covered, and so that's the two things I know about Burt Bacharach, and now he's dead.
well, and he also existed within that weird like 70s like sphere of being like the attractive white guy to go ahead and sing like covers or songs.
No, it
that
was
other
an
people had
older
Michael
thing.
Bolton?
Yeah, no, but like
Well,
before
no,
that,
like how
even
Michael Bolton was
no,
in
no,
the
no.
90s?
Yeah, well, maybe.
No, he was like the 70s,
Can I
80s
touch
version.
you there?
He was like the 70s, 80s version
Touch you
of Michael
deep
Bolton, basically.
inside.
Right? I mean, it's like,
You guys ever
I think
listen
I
to?
covered everything.
You ever listen to "Can I Touch You There" by Michael Bolton?
No.
Are we thinking about Michael Bolton or Michael McDonald? Because Michael McDonald. is
Listen,
Michael-
baby.
Michael Bolton.
Actually, okay. So
That's
here's the
not-
thing.
I think you're thinking about Michael McDonald.
No,
because
that's Michael
that was
McDonald.
Michael
No,
McDonald.
that's Michael McDonald. But here's the thing: the Michael Bolton that I'm thinking of, that song sounds a lot like Michael McDonald.
Oh, of course.
It's sexy though. It's very sexy. It's too sexy.
Mm.
Michael McDonald is like way too sexy though.
That's the thing.
He's too sexier for other people to realize.
He was the sexiest bag of skin on stage.
Yeah, seriously. You know what though? Because women that age love him.
If I hear Yamo be here one more time,
I'm a Yamo kill everybody in the store.
I'm a Yamo unalive myself.
Burn this
Our friend's mom is an old lady, and we were at a family wedding, and she was dancing to "What a Fool Believes" by the Doobie Brothers, like Jesus had just come back. She was on the dance floor. She was like transported to another time. It was creeping me out.
Sometimes it takes a song to take you back.
Those songs are all bangers, though. Have you guys actually ever seen Earth, Wind, and Fire live?
Not in person, but I have watched a live concert on YouTube, and I think at one time they were the best live band in the world.
Nothing can compare to seeing them at live. Like for real,
but that was their thing, right? It was an adventure on stage.
So
they were going through the earth.
It made sense.
They were transcending our space.
The idea is that they literally had like a spaceship that brought them down on stage, right? And then they spit them out, and then they just started like playing their music. But the whole premise, or what makes sense about the name of Earth, Wind, and Fire, is that they encompass everything. It's all the elements: earth, wind, and fire, water, like air, like everything,
wind.
like everything that you
wind
want
and air.
to experience. It's just like it's an all-encompassing thing.
Fire and heat,
and they've been able to keep that fucking shit going since the 70s.
Earth and rocks.
Was there an Earth, Wind, and Fire song in The Fifth Element? It seems like a missed opportunity. Clay, can you Wikipedia the soundtrack to The Fifth Element?
I can guarantee you that there's not. The only song that I could think of from The Fifth Element that's actually like Wikipediable is that opera singer.
Yeah.
Clay, can you make sure there's no Earth, Wind, and Fire association with The Fifth Element?
I'm looking at it now.
New letter, good fortune for you.
So. No, most of the
you are fired.
Most of the score for The Fifth Element looks like it came from someone named Eric Serra. Serra.
Yeah, we're really into film composers on this show. Kai, a couple weeks ago, we talked about this guy who did the score for Lord of the G String, which I know you've seen.
I did listen to that.
Oh, was that a Cinemax special?
Yeah, it was a Cinemax thing.
Okay.
I remember actually.
I've probably.
I remember actually seeing that as a youth. Mm-hmm.
And the score is like a kind of a 90s new age EDM with a slight Celtic afterbirth on it. It's really goofy.
It's pretty rough, and I remember the acting was amazing.
So this actually just made me realize a question that I would love to ask to you guys. Do you think that John Williams can ever retire, and B, if he could or could not, could he sell out and go ahead and score like a Cinemax? Like
I'd be surprised if he hadn't.
Soft skin porn.
That would be fun and everything, but also I feel like he is in the past now, and Hans Zimmer is more the guy.
Dude, a Hans Zimmer porno flick would be so intense,
dude.
I wouldn't be able to get hard. I'd be too nervous.
Wow.
The suspense.
Hey, it's like what? What is he saying?
Stop! They're breathing so much.
Yeah. It's like Hans. It's literally a softcore fuck film, dog.
I mean, I'm still kind of.
He will take you out of yourself.
I'm kind of zimmered out from the Modern Warfare 2 soundtrack, anyways. No, the original one. No, not the new one.
I mean, he's just done a lot.
I know.
But who are we talking about? John Williams?
Yeah, John Williams. So apparently he just actually soundtracked the new Indiana Jones film.
Did he really?
Yeah, so Harrison Ford is not done.
I know. He just keeps
going.
Dude,
I would have sworn they were done after the one with Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, no.
But the thing is now they're also doing the thing where it's like they did with Robert De Niro in The Irishman. Sorry, I totally blanked. What they did with Robert De Niro in The Irishman, they're doing the de-aging thing, so they're doing time jumps.
I thought Harrison Ford let them kill him in Star Wars because he didn't want to do any more Star Wars. And now he's doing Yellowstone and Indiana 6.
Him and Helen Mirren are doing Yellowstone 1923 or whatever.
I think that he's got a lot of planes he needs to pay for. I think that he's got some mortgages that he's just coming up to go
Get
ahead
off
and
my
bite him in the ass.
plane.
Get off my APR finance rate.
Get off my reverse mortgage. Where's my family? It's time for dinner.
I think Callista Flockhart is pushing him to go ahead and do these things.
He's like, Harrison.
Harrison.
Harrison. Listen,
I
I've
want
been
a
really
new
cool.
$500,000 bathroom.
I've been really cool about you sticking it in the maid. How about you go make me a movie?
I don't think he's sticking it anywhere.
He
seems
sticks
tired.
it. He
seems tired.
Dude, he's in a Blue Chew commercial.
Oh,
I think that
that's a lot.
I think that he's just like literally just calling it in at this point. I really do. Because I don't. He's got. You can tell
he didn't start in the biz until he was 30.
It's the Harrison Ford point, right? It's the point. He has this move that he does. It's the 2-finger point where he like throws it at someone. He's like, you can't tell me because he can't. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
He does do that
because he can't deal without conflict. Everything has to come into conflict immediately in his role because he's not much of a character actor at this point to go ahead and throw nuance.
John Williams just does shit.
John Williams literally has soundtracked your entire childhood.
But he's also soundtracking things that I didn't even know existed that are totally like B-list.
I can tell you things off the top of my head. Like,
hey man, you got steady work. You got work.
Fucking Home Alone, Jurassic Park, Harry Potter,
It Chapter 2,
Star Wars,
Shazam.
He doesn't. He can retire. Like he could just be.
Oh,
done.
he did Vice, when Christian Bale played
Dick Cheney.
Yes. That was a masterpiece of a film.
And there's a whole moment in that movie where they do like the credits, like, oh, he's a good guy and he retires with his family and blah 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 blah, and they do like a whole fake credit thing. And yeah, that's some John Williams fucking music, like right there. You could just smell it.
Do you know how good he is at what he does? Is because his shit that he did with Home Alone is synonymous with Christmas music.
Yes, it is.
Like you can literally put on.
It was Christmas music.
Yeah, exactly. You can literally do that. Dun 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 dun.
Kevin. Anyway,
no.
Sorry.
It's like, oh my god.
Was that too loud?
Well, I was going to say too, like this is the thing that everybody loves Home Alone is Christmas, everything, right? But what the fuck did Kevin McAllister's dad do to be able to afford that?
He
that
was
home?
selling slaves.
CIA, right?
No. Unless he was like sustaining his like CIA unit with like cocaine deals. Because maybe he was
Black
hooking up.
Ops
What was the
what
was the Tom Cruise movie where he flew the plane? He was the real
for Escobar.
Yeah.
I don't. That was
what was?
But that's
called?
the real guy, Barry Allen or something. Was the guy's name?
Barry Allen's
That's the name of the Flash.
Barry Allen was the Flash, and he was flying cocaine for George H.W. Bush.
I would say
That's
it's
why they
like
never caught him.
This was like during like the fucking
Dude, that would have been the peak of the fucking deep
the
state
Iran
too, brother.
Contra embargo.
Dude, the CIA had money, sister. I would totally believe he worked for the government, or maybe he worked for like fucking who makes missiles and shit.
Well, America.
No, but who? Raytheon. I think maybe he was a military weapons contractor, dude.
Well, they were up in Chicago. They were obviously in the suburbs.
What's up there in Chicago?
Canadian border. Honestly, like we are.
He played Barry Seal.
Barry Seal
in American Made.
And so that Barry Seal was a real guy who was flying cocaine, and when he got arrested, he had George Bush's phone number in his pocket or some shit.
And he was like, you could go ahead and ask my friend, and he could go ahead and tell you otherwise.
I advise you to call my employer.
So...
Well, but Kevin McAllister's dad
worked for Raytheon. They made missiles that killed orphans.
Had to have obviously been being paid more.
Specifically orphans? Like the missiles only killed
orphans?
Dude,
that first movie, he was taking the whole family to France or some shit?
Paris.
No, Paris, France. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For Christmas.
I like how I said France and y'all said no. Paris.
No, yeah.
I don't know if you know a lot about France, but Paris is a big thing there. It's kind of its own living thing.
This is the best part about these entire movies, though, is how the second movie had the entire family's comeuppance come into play. because they went down to like Miami and they had like a shitty like rainy Christmas.
Good, fuck them.
And then Kevin went to like New York City.
Yeah,
I had a
like, just,
cheese
like-
pizza and a limousine.
and a pigeon lady.
Master
he-
Kevin, you're very old.
And he got directions to the
cheese
elevator from Donald Trump.
pizza.
Yeah.
No, that whole movie was literally like, at least in the 90s, I don't know about you guys, was like the whole like fuck shit, like this is what life is like.
No, it was really when we really started to spoil the common folk by revealing to them the optimal. See, what happened is LBJ decentralized elitism, and he built it into like a privileged class where there were checkpoints along the way. And then what happened though is you have this standard of living that we invented and crafted in this country in the 20th century for the first time in human history, a caliber of life that was so grand. But in order to maintain it, we had to let everyone believe it was possible for them, so they didn't cut our heads off.
Well, you got to sell it.
Well, now it's all fucked up.
You got to get everyone hungry, and you got to make everyone want it,
Well,
and then they go for it, and then you really capitalize on everything, and that's how we do it. And then we keep the rich, and we keep the poor, and it doesn't trickle.
Yeah, but I'm broke, so I'm on the wrong side of the
broke.
fence right now. I need to switch that up.
I need to start over.
Patreon.com/JacobV.
Get that trickle going.
It's only $4 a month. It's $1 a week. It's the cheapest
He actually
Patreon
had that
subscription
trickle going,
available.
and then he had to get it fixed.
Think about just how much $1 a month out of your own pocket would cost to support Jake, and then just like how much that would mean to Jake.
I'm
Like,
thinking
it's
about
like
reaching
literally
out. I'm thinking about reaching out and just have everyone I know on Facebook send me $1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally, if we just all helped each other out, just like $1, $2, like $2 a month. What's your
I'll
fucking
pay
Disney
it-
Plus
I'll pay
subscription?
it forward.
Actually, I paid for Disney Plus 3 years in advance because it was like half off.
Oh, and then you thought it was going to be hot shit, and then you actually like kept up with everything. You were like, oh, it's okay. This sucks ass.
No.
No,
be
I like
honest.
it a lot. I
Really?
like the Disney
Hey,
Plus
Strange
a lot.
World was a good movie.
Okay,
No,
Strange
but
World
I just
was
like
a good
having
movie.
I like
Okay.
having a consolidated place to have all that stuff because I do really like superhero movies,
Well,
and so
that-
having all those in one place and
Yeah,
the Star
but dude,
Wars
they're
stuff.
killing it. They're
That
killing
was-
all of it.
That was life for all of us like 5 years ago when we had like what Hulu, Netflix.
But that's
and
probably when I paid for the 3
Amazon.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can't even watch The Office without
You know
buying
what
a
though?
fucking
My
streaming
other
service.
favorite streaming service, probably my favorite streaming service right now is Paramount Plus.
Oh,
I keep
Paramount
hearing
Plus
good things.
fucks.
Paramount
man.
Paramount Plus
Oh,
is
it's
so
where it's
good.
at.
It's so good.
How
And
much-
like that's
what
probably the one I
exactly
would
is on there?
keep.
What's the real like ticket thing?
So the other day I
MTV.
watched. My wife
Huh?
was out of town the other day, so
MTV.
I sat here
Oh.
playing Red Dead Redemption, and on one of these monitors I had Reno 911 playing
Wow.
for 6 straight hours.
Wow.
I was totally glued in here. I was foaming at the mouth.
I'll also
You have
say
bed
like
sores?
the Wild Boys, like Jackass, like all that MTV stuff that they had originally.
What about Next?
Yeah, the MTV stuff is good, and then I like the. We actually got Paramount Plus so we could watch all of Drag Race.
Oh, okay, that's a big thing.
I got the Paramount Plus for
It's got all of the drag races ever.
The Yellowstone shit.
Oh, Yellowstone's on there.
I'm a Yellowstone motherfucker.
I need
I'm
to
sorry.
watch it.
He's been trying to push.
Is
me
that
on it.
Kevin Costner too?
Yeah.
How are these
man.
people
He's-
making money?
He said it's like Breaking Bad, but with cows.
It's basically Breaking Bad, but instead of being in fucking like Arizona,
New
it's
Mexico.
in Montana. I'm
It's
sorry.
New
Well,
Mexico.
it's instead of in the desert, it's just like up in the mountains.
Uncultured bitch.
And instead of meth, it's cattle and just land. And it's like, well, my ancestors died for this, and it's just like a whole bunch of shit where you're just like, oh my god, you don't know anything. It's just,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. It really is.
Oh, so yeah, Paramount Plus has MTV, Smithsonian, Nickelodeon, CBS.
The
BET,
Nickelodeon shit's good
Comedy
too.
Comedy
Nickelodeon
Central.
shit's where it's
I didn't know
at.
I had BET. I could
Has
be
anyone
watching
gotten any
BET.
updates on Jeremy Renner? That guy got fucked up.
He's okay. He's gonna be all right.
Yeah,
He,
he's
he,
fine.
he had like over 40 bones break because he had a 15,000.
but he was able to post a
a
selfie the next day. He's gonna be all right.
Mhm.
Okay, I just hope that he can still act.
I don't think that's happening.
Well, he has a show that he's promoting on his Instagram
I-
all the time.
Well,
I
he's
think
not gonna be a Hawkeye ever again.
No,
I think
we
he'll
don't-
be lucky to
He
walk
got his
again.
own show before it happened, so that's
His legs got crushed.
yeah, bad.
Yeah.
Like,
poor guy.
Crunch.
He got crunched up like those baked potatoes that lady do on
I
TikTok.
think he might be home now. He put a picture on his Instagram of his front door actually not having snow in front of it for the first time in a while, and
He's like, come get me now.
he was like, "Oh my god, there's a door here. That's
Well,
crazy."
so you know why he actually that happened to him? It's actually kind of stupid. Hot take. This was easily preventable, right?
Yeah, it just happened.
So no, he I think that he put a snow mover he didn't put in like park or something like that.
He hopped out to like talk to his neighbor real quick, and then it just started going.
Yeah, and it fell back or just started mowing over his own limbs.
Yeah, no, it's a dumb mistake that it happened, but like, I mean, he got out of the vehicle to talk to his neighbor who was like stuck in their driveway or something.
He pulled out his like snow eater to get his neighbor out of there.
Yeah, no, that thing was massive. It's like a 15,000-pound machine.
How do you think his neighbor fucking feels?
Horrible, probably. I hope that he got at least one cobbler since then, delivered something.
No,
some brownies.
He lives in the Great West or like up north, so they
like
don't
Montana,
do like the cobblers or anything like that, or do they? I don't know.
I don't
it's
know.
Like some kind of like
I've never been to Montana.
Pie. It's like we have the Midwestern thing of like, hey, I know you've experienced a big tragedy, so I went ahead and baked you a big old casserole.
Maybe soups.
I don't know how you feel
for my
about
family?
cornflakes, but I went ahead and put one in on top of a
well, that's the thing too,
potato
because
casserole.
he's on some fucking weird ass diet too. So it's like, I got you some raw quinoa. I love you so much.
Yes. So he only.
Dude, I don't
eats
know. I feel like
things that he
Jeremy
kills.
Renner is like probably one of those guys that's just like, fuck this, fuck that shit. You guys tried to make me the next Jason Bourne, but you went back with like.
Oh yeah, they did do the legacy.
Yeah.
Oh, they did him dirty on that? Didn't they make him hella dumb?
No. It was he was pill reliant. His abilities were based on medication.
But didn't he start getting really stupid?
Yeah, no, because he ran out of the medications he had to take to keep himself being Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne. And
I don't know. I felt like they cucked him.
It was
they did him dirty.
They made
hard.
him reliant on the medications to maintain his level of skill. Is what it was.
But the part where he
Jason
had to
Bourne was
act
just
stupid
Jason
though was.
Bourne.
I wouldn't have done that if I was him.
Well, it's not like he like pulled a Sean Penn or something.
Dude, he kind of went Sam.
No, he
went a
didn't
little Sam
No,
for a
he
second.
did not go Sam.
He went a little Sam
No,
for a
he
second.
did not go Sam.
It was a little much. I thought it was a little. The face he made, I was like,
Sam.
it's not okay to make that face.
That's what he's saying.
He made a face.
He didn't make a face.
He made a face that I'm
Pull
not
it up.
okay with.
Pull it up. Go ahead.
I have to find the
calling you out.
scene.
I don't know if like so. This is my thing, right? Is that I feel like Sean Penn's greatest tour de force, as it were, was in the Mystic River.
Oh, yeah.
Mystic
He
River,
got
where he's
the
like,
Oscar.
where he's like literally like being like pulled back by like everybody being like
They had an
he's
oxygen.
like, oh, let me see my daughter.
They had an oxygen
Let me
tent
see my daughter.
on
like
site.
that.
Like he was like, I'm going to sell it, and they had an oxygen tent on site.
Because he like passed
because
out.
he he screamed himself silly, and they had to like.
He's like,
What?
He's like, what?
They
What?
did.
They had
They
oxygen?
had medical intervention for him for after the
Dude,
scene.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't like that.
He
That's a
got
little much.
got the Oscar, and he deserved it.
He did. I mean,
And
but this is the thing though. Is that
But
like
I
this
Am
is,
Sam was not a good idea.
You never go full.
No.
You never go
No,
full
you can't.
armor.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, we all know that from Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder.
Guys, what the fuck are you talking about?
We're talking about fucking.
You can't go full R word.
Yeah.
Right, but we all know where that's from. We don't have to. And we're talking, of course, about Tropic Thunder, which was a film.
Some people might not.
I hate you.
No, you don't. You love us. That's why you asked us to be here with you.
Full retard is what we're saying.
It's
No,
just
I
you.
remember that too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
just
I
kidding.
got
Sorry.
it.
Okay,
I
no,
got
I
it.
was just
Oh,
saying.
got
It's
it.
like I
Now
didn't
we
know,
can move
like-
on.
Oh, trust me, I know.
What else are we talking about?
Good point. We've hardly touched the show prep. We really got going there. Missouri
nice,
lawmakers vote against banning children from carrying guns in public.
What?
Have you not heard about this?
No.
So this is a huge problem that
Oh my god, I love this.
here's the
They
thing.
vote against
Missouri,
banning children.
will you fucking listen to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missouri lawmakers vote against banning children from carrying guns in public. A Democrat who sponsored the proposal said police asked for the change, adding that we have 14-year-olds carrying AR-15s legally.
What is this, like the rebel child army thing going on?
No, but that's the thing is that there are instances, very
all right.
real instances, that the police are reporting of them having complaints of literal children walking the streets, open carrying semi-automatic weapons.
Yeah, well, we were just talking last week. You and I were talking about the carjackings.
Who are they hurting?
Well, there's the carjackings happening now lately.
Oh my God! The proposal was defeated 104 to 39.
Oh no!
Only a single Republican voted in favor, even though the push was initially touted as a bipartisan effort.
Yeah.
There is currently no minimum age to openly carry a gun in Missouri.
Go ahead and fling him and swing him, baby. That's it.
Fling it and swing it.
Fling him and swing him.
A number of local holdups by armed teens. Okay.
I mean,
Can
last
you
I
imagine-
checked, this is America.
Can you imagine
I'm
what
sorry.
an AR-15 would sound like dragging behind a fucking 5-year-old?
Behind a toddler.
It's just behind a toddler.
Can you imagine how loud?
It's okay. They start playing Call of Duty and shit at the age of 5, and so now they
When
all
you're
know how to.
If
carry
you're
a gun.
scraping an AR-15 across a fucking gravel driveway, ooh,
Oh my god.
gravel
in
driveway,
a diaper,
that is.
barefoot, your feet are bleeding,
and they're
Well-
8 years old, but they're still wearing the diaper.
Well,
the gun
thank-
is bent.
Thank God Kyle Rittenhouse could just go ahead and die for our sins.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like,
He really walked so we could run.
he brought up the hard questions that we all have to answer for
Jesus.
right now.
I don't know why they didn't put his mama in jail.
I don't know either.
That was the first thing I said. I said, put mama in jail.
drove
This
him.
is my whole thing, right? Is that I don't know about you guys, but whenever I was a child, not only did I have to worry about, I don't know, whether it was legal for me to carry or open carry a firearm.
Yeah, you were just worried about covering up the porn. On
I
the
was,
family
yeah,
computer.
no, I was literally worried about like trying to hide the amounts of porn that was just blocking up
Mm.
my home desktop or just getting
That
home
and
on
LimeWire.
time. You know, like it's like cool. Like, is this LimeWire like download that I'm blocking up everything for going to be worth my time, or what's going on here?
Well, you really-
Dude, that was the thing.
really
when
needed
I
that
was using the internet in those
MP3.
days, nobody else in my house was using the internet at the same time because we didn't have smartphones yet. And
yeah.
so, like, being able to download, like, Robin Thicke's greatest hits on LimeWire, I could just do it. I wasn't jamming anybody up. It'd be late at night.
Yeah, you would put it up late at night. It'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Like everybody's asleep.
Nobody's
11 p.m.
nobody's gonna call on the phone, so I can LimeWire it up.
5 a.m. and see how this download.
Let me come
is
check
going.
on my fucking The Eagles box set.
But like, okay, but like, cool. We got like fucking like what, like 8-year-olds carrying like 9mm or
Yes.
something like
No,
that.
no,
Is
no.
that
No,
what
they're
we have?
open
Like,
carry
Is
rifles.
happening, yes.
Because it's
Just like-
legal for them to open carry rifles. Handguns, I think, have a minimum age for ownership still, but most rifles, I think the article was saying that there's currently no legal minimum age for open carrying.
hey, you
in
know
Missouri.
what? Hot take. Let it sort itself out.
Well, it seems to be.
It's not.
Like-
it's not going to be pretty.
Oh yeah, hey.
Well,
you know
I think we
what?
need a little
Right.
more of that. Here's my thing. If you have to shoot a baby, leave the gun on him until the cameras get there.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to shoot a baby in the street because he's open carrying and he's holding up a shell station,
I like it. Like if
let
you have
him
to shoot a baby.
maybe take the magazine out of the gun, but leave the gun on the baby so everyone knows that he had that gun.
You want those shells to stay on those cheeks.
Mm-hmm. Now you're
Just
creeping me
like-
out a little bit.
What? No, I'm just.
I'm just
Like,
saying.
you want to set a
you
scene.
wanna-
No one
yeah.
wants to shoot a baby.
No one.
Well, you might have to.
But if you have,
If you're a
to,
fucking cop and you're at a shell station and a baby has a rifle and they're pointing it at people, I would drop the baby. Personally, I'd drop him.
I mean, it's still a threat, but I mean, at the same time,
I'd have to drop him.
I feel like
It's
you
not-
just
it's
like
not
go ahead and
gonna
do
work
like a
out.
little drop
It's
kick.
not gonna
Like, you
work
can just,
out to
like, get
anyone's
like a little like
benefit.
pep in your step and just go ahead and just be like, and just kick that kid
Do you know
square.
how
in the
I don't know.
chest.
What if you're
Do you know
20
how
feet
easy
away?
It is to make a child cry.
Yeah,
Like
I know how easy
can,
it's-
You can debilitate them just by making them sad. And
I
then
know
you can
how
take the
easy it
gun
is to
from
make
'em.
me cry. Like,
Yeah, we just got to put on some fucking Phil Collins or Peter Gabriel.
no, Linda Ronstadt
Linda
and
Ronstadt.
fucking ooh.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Did you guys hear that? Okay, so guys, everyone's been beefing with Leo because he won't date women over a certain age.
Well,
Well, he's rich enough.
Now he's
he
dating a
just can.
19-year-old model.
Right, the 19's a little young for me. Apparently,
Listen, it's
they were
gross.
trying
It's
to link
fine.
Misha Barton up with Leo when Misha was 19.
Yeah, who's not surprised about that?
But it's like resurfaced as a thing because I think everyone's mad about Leo dating a 19-year-old now.
Well, like who? Okay, this is the thing, right? Is that in the grand scheme of things, who really gives a fuck?
Well, and
No,
here's
that's
my
the thing,
thing.
though. Everyone's bored and they want to ignore their own problems by
Okay.
looking at other people's problems, and these are the ones that get
But,
heavy
like-
But
circulation.
did the
'cause they're
girl
celebrities.
complain about anything?
Well, this is the thing is that I'm sure she was having. This is the thing is that as the schlubby bearded white guys that we are talking about this, I'm sure that we have a lot
Schlubby?
to say.
Schlubby.
Schlubby is putting it nicely.
Scruffy looking.
Scruffy.
Scruffy and schlubby.
Who are you calling a nerf herder?
Fucking Leo has his like pre-25 deal, right? Like we all know this.
I thought it was, they
fact.
turn 26 and
Like
then
they
they're
turn 26 and then he's done.
and then he puts them down a chute like in The Giver.
He gives them a watch and he throws them a banquet and then they get to go on their way.
So
they get like a
why-
quinceañera.
They get retired out.
Why should it be
They get a
any
severance.
weirder that he's like seeing someone that's like?
I think he's trying to get more
pre-20s?
time out of her. I think it's lovely.
Yeah, he wants to get a solid 5.5 years before he has to kick it.
Yeah.
5.5, 3.5 months, like whatever he wants. Like whatever he wants to do is his own fucking business, man. I mean, he worked hard for it.
Can I ask this in relation to the age gap situation there? How old was Anna Nicole Smith's old ass husband?
Oh man,
He was in his 70s.
And she was like 25?
Right, something like that.
Yeah,
It was
she was
like a
like
49. I want to
330.
say it was a 49-year age gap.
I'm not
something
gonna lie.
like that.
Like Anna Nicole was like
Girl,
she's one of my favorites.
Girl.
Yeah.
Like that, she is who made me discover who I am as a man.
Mhm.
Honestly,
She's the one that broke his family computer.
she got
Like-
that big ass on that computer, baby.
I'm sorry,
You want to talk about bandwidth?
I don't want anybody to be the skinny minis. I was like, I'm not a Cindy Crawford guy. I'm not a Pamela Anderson guy. I'm a fucking
Yeah.
Anna Nicole guy. Guess jeans.
Kirstie
So what I was
Alley.
getting at was
Oh my
the
God.
age.
Kirstie Alley.
gap
Did you just say
thing.
Kirstie Alley like Cheers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
buddy.
right. Some neck bone. You know what I mean? I
You
like
know
a
what?
bitch.
I've never
My thing is-
found her that attractive.
Thick waisted, thick eyebrows.
I want to know that you can make a gravy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If you can't,
I'm
make
trying to build a
room-
home.
Yeah.
I work hard to make this
Like-
place a home.
It's like I don't want to settle down with you, but I just want to know that like if I wanted to go ahead and like have a cookout, that you could just go ahead and make.
If
me
we
a gravy.
get snowed in, I want to know that we're gonna have gravy.
Yeah. Like, do we have if we have fat and flour, we can make gravy.
Fat and Flour would be a great name for like some like really pretentious like farm to table restaurant.
Oh, like a double F, like facing each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross! I love it.
No, you know exactly what
I'd
I'm
eat
talking
there.
about too. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll have like beanies
I mean,
with
I
little
wouldn't
anchors on them.
spend $18 on a burger, but like I'd eat there.
We're gonna have Carhartt aprons.
I feel like we're talking about like
aprons.
at least a half a dozen places.
Yeah,
hear it now.
someone feels attacked.
I'm digesting food from one of these places right now. I think
That's a real thing.
A Chinese buffet does not count as one of these places.
No.
Jake.
this was the hippest Chinese buffet in town.
The fact that it's 2023 and we're 3 years post COVID and there is still a Chinese buffet is insane.
do you know how cheap it was?
I want to know.
I don't feel like
Tell
that's
me.
like a thing that you should sell
Stop,
people on.
Stop. Hold on. How cheap was it?
It was seriously less than getting the takeout we would have normally gotten. It was like $34 for both
person?
of us.
Oh.
No, total.
Oh gosh, that is affordable.
Kai ate $47 worth of King and I this morning.
No, but we did spend $100 at Gramophone.
Gramophone.
Oh, well, but
how
we
many
did also
sandwiches?
drink.
Oh, you guys drink? Yeah.
We were drinking, but also we all got sandwiches and soups, and they had a
Soups?
they had a crawfish
Ew!
etouffee
I
soup.
fucking had the worst experience at Benton Park Cafe one time. We went there because the kitchen was open late, and we've been drinking all night. And then I had a big old bowl of the tortilla soup.
that they made that morning.
That's where you went wrong.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Nothing sets off a gut full of liquor like some hot soup.
Hey, at least you
Why-
didn't. At
why
least you
did you
didn't get the
order the
lobster
soup?
bisque. At least you didn't get the lobster bisque of the ice and fuel in Kirkwood.
That's a
Did
lot.
that happen to you?
Danielle did it. It was a it was a
No.
gamble. I was like, "What did you just do?"
What have you done to us?
I don't.
We
I,
survived.
I feel like ordering the soup of the day anywhere is like a hot gamble.
Mhm. What's the
Like-
soup du jour?
What's the soup of the day?
Hey, what's the,
sounds good? I'll
Do you have
that.
a cauldron of pathogens that's 10 hours past the danger zone?
You know what? If you got some old milk, I'll just take that.
No, it's really great. Is
It'd be
it's like,
safer if you drink a glass of room temperature milk that was left out overnight. I
Is
think
it-
over a fucking simmering petri dish.
If
of
my milk
broth.
isn't furry, I'm not drinking it.
If it's beef broth based or anything like that, then it's actually probably pretty good because then it's just going to be like reducing all day. It's going to be salty. It's going to be delicious. But anything else other than that, like,
You know why I really put a ring on it is Danielle makes soups like a motherfucker. She makes so many soups.
that's the most Midwestern thing I've ever heard.
You should
said.
put
She's
that-
a soup bitch. and I
Hey, you
love
should
it.
put that in your vows. I think we can make. You should let me write your vows, and I'm gonna make
She's a
it.
soup bitch, and I love
See,
it.
because that's the thing. I'm such a craftsman.
a craftsman with words.
I'm such a
I call
wordsmith.
him a wordsmith. Yeah, that's,
I'm a
that's the one.
wordsmith.
Yeah.
And the thing there is, if you made it all about how you just, you wanted to build a home with someone that can brew a soup. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah,
I didn't even
soup
know
bitch.
it. I didn't even know it. But when I figured it out, I was like, uh-oh, count me in.
I feel like
She make them soups, boy.
that's how most people end up like getting into marriage, though. At least in the Midwest, being like, "Oh man,
The
sex is
one
really
way to
great.
a
I
man's
love
heart is
spending-
through his stomach.
I love spending time with you, but we live together, and you can make a really good soup. So here we
No,
go.
it's because we have winters here.
She made me so many good soups that I took her to Europe and I proposed to her on a mountain.
Okay, congratulations.
A mountain.
I'm very excited about that. Hey, have you picked a date?
We're debating. We're probably going with October 2024, so you got time.
Okay, because I have a wedding that just popped up May of 24.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I decided we're going to make it May 24, so if you could clear your calendar, that'd be fantastic.
I have such a hard time making plans for like a weekend in advance.
Yeah.
Just thinking about making plans.
Hey,
for like
remember
a
that
year.
thing that we told you to save 2 years ago?
Yeah, just like,
you
hey,
make sure that you're there.
oh, chicken's coming home to roost. All right, here we go.
I'm going to go back to the Kirstie Alley thing. I never found her attractive.
Oh, I love Kirstie
What?
Alley.
I never found her that attractive.
Look up
Oh,
Kirstie
yeah.
Alley on Cheers, dude.
No, I know. I
Oh,
watched
yeah.
Cheers. I watched like 7 seasons of fucking Cheers
Or
in the last 5 years.
or
It's still fresh.
Look who's coming. You know,
Look who's talking.
look who's talking. I'm sorry.
Look who's,
look
who's coming was a different movie.
I'm sorry. That I was looking who's
And,
coming myself.
It's gross.
I thought she was still cute in those. Oh, I watched the shit out of those. Those were on TBS all the time when I was a kid.
I don't know. It was just kind of like
I think it's the
just
Midwestern
something,
part of me just looking for
well, I
nice-
mean, I like a
big,
red bone.
thick-
You know what I mean?
Maybe it was the shoulder pads. Maybe that fucked me up.
dude, thick,
Shoulder pads fucked me
broad-shouldered bitch with some thick eyebrows. Come on, now.
Oh, a big old eyebrow.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's
Mhm.
good.
yeah.
Mhm.
When you get an eyebrow.
Mhm. Like Colin Farrell eyebrows on a
Oh
woman.
my god! Like
Heck,
the
Kirstie
Monopoly
Alley.
guy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Groucho Marx.
Who?
Okay, wait. No, this is what I'm thinking about though too. Is that I had a crush on Kirstie Alley from
Sure.
Cheers, but then what was old girl from Third Rock from the Sun?
Oh.
Oh,
shit.
she's cute.
Yeah.
She was cute.
Right?
She was cute.
but like tall and
But
mean.
She was tall and mean, and she had kind of a
Yeah.
big face,
yeah,
like a big mouth, like Steven Tyler, kind of.
Mhm.
Clay, who was
Yeah.
that girl?
I'm looking it up.
You're my official IMDb scholar.
Big mouth's fucking me up. I don't know why you gotta say big mouth.
She had a big mouth, like Steven Tyler, almost.
That's where we got our sweet baby angel JGL Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You know,
I do love Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I like that
Yeah.
movie where he was addicted to pornography.
was that?
Oh, Kristen Johnston with Sally Solomon.
Yeah, Kristen Johnston.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gone to
You
the sands
know
of
what?
time.
You know
she,
what?
She could juggle my balls around like the softballs that
You know
she
what?
probably
She
played
has a
around
very
with.
similar quality in her facial structure to Kirstie Alley, actually. I'm
Yeah.
thinking. And
See, Kai has a type.
you have a type.
Yeah.
You like that Cro-Magnon forehead on the woman that really carries.
Ooh.
She was Ivana Humpalot in Austin Powers.
Ooh.
She was.
She
Really?
was, yep. She was the Russian one that they played chess. Remember? And there was like the nipples on the chess pieces.
Mm-hmm. In the very first Austin
Yeah.
Powers.
Ivana Humpalot.
Avon
Ivana
Hopalot.
Humpalot.
Oh, come take me, you silly monkey man.
You're hairy like animal.
Like animal.
Fucking stupid.
It's fucking. But this is the thing, though, is
Ridiculous.
that was a movie of a generation.
It really was.
Like,
it
we
set
lived-
a tone.
We lived through that.
Do you know?
Like,
do you know why So I Married an
Okay.
Ex-Murderer did not do well? It's because
I
it
don't know
wasn't
why.
Austin Powers funny.
No, okay. This is what really
It didn't
fucks
sell.
me up is that there are literally people alive today based on the fact that someone had a fucking "You Make Me Horny Baby" Austin Powers impression. Like someone picked someone up in the fucking late
Oh, with
90s,
that
early
line?
2000s with the fake Austin Powers shit.
I don't know. That makes me feel like people meeting
Wait, so you're-
like at the Golden Corral on their way to a
Yo,
Larry
yeah.
the Cable Guy show.
Do you not think that there's a Golden
Yeah.
Corral baby?
There's
Oh,
a Golden
no.
Corral
Like,
baby
there's
maybe
Golden
amongst
Corral
us.
babies.
There may be a Golden Corral baby
There's-
amongst us.
Like there There's literally, we live in a world where literally it's like, oh,
they could
yeah,
be anywhere. They
that's
just
enough-
live. They
That's
just live.
enough to propagate spawn.
Mom, how did you
Like-
meet Dad? Well, we were at a shitty bar in
Well,
South City.
Yeah.
And then he asked me, "Oh, do I
yeah.
make you honey, baby?
Do I make you Randy?
Do I make you? Yeah."
And I said, yeah. And then we went back to his place.
we
And then
fucked.
9 months later, you happened.
And it was a blessing.
And it was a blessing in disguise.
And then all the generations ask
It's-
us how
you know
we
what?
don't want to
It's
kill ourselves.
so elusive, the blessing. I'm still waiting to realize it even, but it was for sure.
It's
fucking
okay.
ridiculous.
Before you think you want to unalive yourself, it's the gift of life.
Quit saying unalive. We're
Like-
not on TikTok. The post isn't going to get taken down.
Okay, well, I don't know.
You can say kill on this. We could talk about shooting babies. We could say the kill word.
Have we talked about shooting babies yet?
I said what I said was, if you have to shoot a baby. What I said was, if you have to shoot a baby, leave the baby's gun on his person until people take photos.
Yeah,
And
it's
sprinkle some crack on him.
And sprinkle some crack on him if you got some. If he doesn't have any crack, put some
if there's
crack
a baby
in
to
the
be
gun.
played.
Put crack in the baby's gun, but try not to touch it, like Operation.
Oh, like rock salt.
You're playing Operation with the firearm on the deceased infant.
So the
You're
crack baby has to
sprinkling-
put its whole forearm.
If you could do
through
it
the
like
fucking-
how you would season something, like throw it at an
You
angle.
want to like Salt Bay the crack on the
You
baby?
want to Salt Bay the crack into the rifle if you can.
Anyway. what
That's
else-
why you couldn't let him shoot you, is because the gun was full of crack.
What else do we have on the list?
A Fleshy Mauve.
I don't know what that is.
Bumblebee Foods, 2 managers charged in death of man cooked with tuna.
One more time. Come on. What's that?
That's way too
Bumblebee
ambiguous.
Foods, 2 managers charged in death of man cooked with tuna. Jose Molina was performing maintenance in a 35-foot-long oven when a coworker filled the pressure cooker with 6 tons of tuna and it was turned on.
So they let it cook.
The guy was in there.
So
and
here's the thing. The guy
the guy was in
obviously didn't acknowledge that this guy was in there.
Mm-hmm.
He turned the oven on and
Mhm.
filled it with 6 tons of tuna.
Oh, that's just like Dr. Manhattan from The Watchmen. It's the same exact thing.
It's exactly what happened.
It's exactly what happened.
He's Tuna Man now.
He became tuna man.
He's the Tuna Man.
Man.
He's the Tuna Man. Jose Molina is
to me. I'm the tunaman.
the Tuna Man.
Oh, that's fucking wild, really? So did they?
Bumblebee Foods and
wait.
2 managers were charged by L.A. prosecutors Monday with this is from a couple years ago,
How
but
long
I
ago
just
how long did it take for them to figure it out? Did
Hold
the
on.
tuna go out?
no.
Did they
With
sell
violating
the batch?
safety regulations and the death of a worker who was cooked in an industrial oven with 6 tons of tuna fish.
Dude, that's a lot.
Jose Molina was performing maintenance in the 35-foot-long oven at the company's Santa Fe Springs plant before dawn, October 11th, 2012,
What's wrong with you?
when a coworker who mistakenly believed Molina was in the bathroom filled the pressure cooker with 12,000 pounds of canned tuna, and it was turned on.
What? Okay, this is the thing that blows my mind is that there's absolutely no fucking way that they were able to get out every bit of human.
No.
Like,
Well,
they shut it down for sure, and
There
they
was
were like,
also
"We're gonna go ahead and clean out." It's like the same thing as like when I drop glass in an ice bin as a bartender, right?
Yeah.
It's like
You gotta clean it
I'll burn
out.
the ice bin. I'll go ahead and do that. But that's like what, like 60 pounds of ice,
Yeah. I mean,
like
it's
if
gonna
that,
nice.
not like 6 tons of tuna that's gonna be canned
Also,
for
think,
human consumption.
think about it this way as well. So the tuna is probably a cleaned fish cut up and put in there to cook, but the guy had clothes and
fell.
skin and all kinds of stuff. So
Somebody had
that
to have
means-
it out for him.
That means that in that tuna was human
Dude.
cracklings,
Dude,
like
no,
chicken, like skin.
That guy had to have somebody just have like he had to have been having someone fuck his wife or something like that.
yeah,
Like,
apparently there was no protocol in place to prevent that from happening.
okay.
Well, as long as they're safe.
Like, yeah, it's cool. As long as like, you know, it's we're just
I think Keenan read that.
I think OSHA is a thing.
Well, that's who filed the charges.
Okay, yeah.
And I think Keenan said that the family got $6 million.
that's I don't know. I mean, I don't
is
know.
that worth it?
Well, here's my thing.
Does that
Hear
really
me
make
out.
it better?
Can you hear me out? Just hear me out. $6 million, or he keeps cleaning tuna ovens at 4:30 in the morning.
Well, in one of those situations, he's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what if they instead of?
I'm just trying to think. At where do you draw the line?
I would have said $5 million and free tuna for life. That's what I would have said.
I would say that the family gets a fucking black card with unlimited funds from like Sunkist. Like that is like
Sunkist.
Like okay, cool, we're set.
No, that's the thing. It's like I'd rather not have it be finite.
Kai,
like how about I get $6 million a year? How about I get 20% of all Bumblebee fucking tuna sales every year?
That's a lot of tuna sales.
But I'm just saying, fuck a lump sum. I need income.
You could give them 1%.
That's a bar as fuck, dog.
One more time.
Fuck a lump sum. I need income. That could be the J.G. Wentworth jingle. We're doing a comeback with J.G. Wentworth. Fuck a lump sum.
I'll email my guy.
Call the jingleman.
I got a guy.
Call the jingleman. Can you picture a jingleman? He's like a little guy. He's wearing a bell.
I mean, I have an annuity and I need cash now was a Bob. Mm-hmm. I think there's someone coming down the stairs.
Don't call it a comeback. Isn't it Kaija?
Been here for years. No, he went to use the restroom.
Is it Daniela?
It's Danielle. She came down to get a beer. She wanted a beer. There she is.
Yes. Can I get you the yams?
What?
You guys drink all the fucking beer?
That doesn't seem right. King, did you drink all the beer?
How many beers did you get?
12.
I had 2.
I've only had like 4
And I had 2.
or 5.
Well, we should have gotten more than 12 beers. 12 beers is not enough.
I thought
beers.
12 would have been a good amount. I didn't know that we were going to be plowing through the beers.
I didn't know you were going to be plowing through the beers either.
I've only had like 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
There's plenty of places nearby to get beer. There's
Honey,
plenty of places.
you could go to the place to get beer.
Here, do you want money?
Yeah, Sugar Papa.
Oh my God, Danielle.
Guys, I can't believe you wouldn't get 30 beers.
Why would I get a 30-pack of beer? We're not in college.
Because you have Kai and Danielle with you. You can't run out of beer. You have to get
I
a
thought
30.
12 would have sufficed.
But you can't run out, is
Honey,
the thing.
because you
It's
have to
not
angle the
about
legs
it's
so
not
that the
about
weight
getting
is
the
being
exact
supported.
amount of beers that you need. It's about
honey, you gotta twist,
not running
the
out of
base.
beers. Running
the
out of
base.
beers, once you start beers.
There you go. Now angle it back to where it's supposed to be.
You
There
can't
go.
run out of beers.
We ran out of beers. There's no more beer. Kai, the beer's gone. Danielle, can you help? Danielle,
Well, we'll wrap this up because we're way over an hour.
Oh, are we really?
Yeah. We are totally good.
Oh,
Shit.
It's almost 11.
yeah.
We've been live for an hour 15.
Honey, that's a camera.
That's the
Yes.
camera, baby.
She was trying to talk into it like a microphone.
It also has a microphone on the top of it, but it's not on. Oh my God.
Well,
what were we-
everything's been so
We've
live,
derailed.
so lit.
It's good. It's so
Yeah.
lit. It's such
I
a
thought
vibe.
this was a fun one.
Guys,
you know?
I'm
We got to
so
talk
blessed
about
that you guys could be here. The episode's called Fleshy Mauve. It's out tonight.
Give us one more. Give us one more.
One more what?
One more little
anything.
one more little snippet, like a little a clipping of
Of reality?
a clipping of reality. To
You
go
know,
ahead and just-
young men like you, this is where they get their news. You guys don't keep up with current events. You would never hear about this stuff if it wasn't for me.
Oh no, I doom scroll. I choose not to acknowledge my reality.
Listen. This is recent and local. February 8th, Tuesday was an unusual morning for the staff at the St. Louis Zoo after an Andean bear was discovered outside of his enclosure in the river's edge.
I love that.
Oh shit! Really?
So he was trying to
The 300-pound bear named Ben was found outside of his enclosure at 8 a.m. on Tuesday. It took staff members 90 minutes to sedate the bear and get it back into an indoor holding area.
Okay, this is the thing though, is that if you didn't say that it was an Andean bear, this just could have sounded like a fucking bro dude bro from WashU that just like found himself in a place he couldn't have
His name was Dave. What was it?
been. Ben.
Ben. Yeah.
Ben. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
Ben, let's get you back to where you need to go, Ben.
what
He
are
could
you
be
doing?
he could be a Peruvian exchange
What are you doing?
student.
Well, here's my whole thing: is they spent 90 minutes trying to sedate this bear. However, they still had to shoot and kill Harambe.
Yeah. The Harambe had a baby by the throat. This bear was by himself. The zoo
Harambe was
open.
protecting that baby and dragging him by the
But
ankle.
they were afraid. He was flinging him around. They were afraid he was going to hurt him.
Okay, but if that baby had an assault rifle, we could have shot the baby.
I'm not advocating for that. That's not what I said.
Hey, boys, at what point were either of you like 300 pounds or close to?
I'm right there. I'm right there right now.
I'm like 310, baby.
Like,
you're 310?
Yeah.
We might weigh the same right now.
I got that beef.
so
You're
just
beefing
like,
up?
Hey, we had
Since
like
you got engaged, you're beefing up. You got caked up, dog.
Dude, I
we had a
know.
Clay or a
It's rough.
Jake just go ahead and find themselves outside of the
Oh, but that's the
enclosure.
thing. That's what I said too. When I said that
It's gonna
bear,
take them 90 minutes just to date me.
he's only 300 pounds. He's a bear.
They don't know the proper love language. You go ahead.
Are
and
they?
put me
So
with
are
that
you
fucking
telling me?
They make Ben a soup.
Are you telling me it would take the morning staff at the St. Louis Zoo 90 minutes to sedate
Hey,
me?
I can take that Andean sun bear to fucking
Golden Corral.
Iowa buffet, or
Buffet.
no, I would say trophy room.
It would take them 90 minutes to sedate me and get me indoors.
I could put that bear to sleep in 30 minutes at the trophy room. You just go ahead and give me 3
Brother.
starry
Oh,
nights.
he's gonna
Yeah.
feed that bear
No,
rumplements until
absolutely.
it fights someone by the
Yeah,
pool
give
table.
me 3 starry nights and a pitcher of Amberbach and call me later.
We're done.
We're done, honey.
Oh, man.
Go
I'm
and
not
call
going to get to
everybody
the
else
bottom.
home.
I'm not
You
going
know,
to get
you
to the
worked at
bottom of the
Dewey's
box.
back in the day. You remember late night happy hour at Mike Duffy's in Kirkwood?
Oh yeah.
Brother,
the $5
one time I
pitchers.
woke up with one of those on my nightstand, like half
Pitcher?
full. I was driving home drinking it, I think.
This is the thing about like drinking in St. Louis. I feel like it's the idea of like, hey, are you sure? Okay. Like that's it.
I was supposed to do stuff today, and I was like, Kai, let's go get lunch. And then we ended up drinking for 11 hours.
Well, no, we ate too.
We did eat.
But we also
Why
drank
wouldn't
in
you have
between.
gotten more beers? We could do that. We could pod all night, but you didn't get 30
I got
beers.
12 beers. I thought it
It's
would
not enough
suffice.
beers. It's not enough beers. They're Busch Lights.
I know.
could drink 12 of those in an hour.
I didn't know. This was my first time here.
This is my fault. I dropped the ball.
Kai, I'm so grateful that you could be here. You're welcome anytime.
I fumbled the bag.
It's literally this easy. We didn't even get to half of my notes. We didn't even talk about any of the heavy shit I wanted to get to about Satanism.
Oh,
or,
I really wanted to talk about the Satanism fundamental.
well, you're out of beer, so we have to wrap
Did
it
you
up.
hear about that abortion clinic that can't get closed because it's supported by Satanism, so it'd be unconstitutional to work against this abortion clinic? You see that shit?
No, obviously not.
Oh, well, we'll have to talk about it next time.
Yeah, next time on Jacob V Weekly, I'm doing another pod in a couple days because we're doing 4 a month. We're doing 4 free
really
pods a
proud.
month, and then there's exclusive content every week on the patreon.com/Jacob V. Original music by Jacob V wherever you stream music, online, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever.
Bandcamp.
No Antics, N-O space Antics. The best local band in St. Louis right now, absolutely on fire, has very little to do with me. I'm just along for the ride. We have a new music video that I shot at our mother's cabin a couple weeks ago.
Oh, is
That's
that
on the
is that
YouTube.
muddy one?
That's
Is
the
that the one that I got bit by spiders at?
no.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, the cabin.
I got eaten to shit alive.
Yeah, I don't sleep there.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I haven't slept there in years. Just 'cause I'm not a woodsman. You know what I
Spider
mean?
bites.
I am not a man of the woods.
Well, you don't really need to be. It's just more or less allowing your soft, fleshy body to be given up to the forest.
And I do like to surrender my soft white underbelly, but not to the insects of nature. I was wrapping this up. Blinded by Stereo has a vinyl record. It's my first and only available vinyl record in my career. Tape by Blinded by Stereo is available on Bandcamp. Matt will mail it to you from his deluxe apartment in an undisclosed location near the zoo, where it took him 90 minutes to sedate that 300-pound bear. That's crazy. I mean, he's a tiny bear. Get him out of there. Maybe they were trying not to overdose him because he's such a small bear.
they should have taken him to fucking.
He's a wily little guy.
They should have taken him to Patrick McConnell's.
Get him. Oh, I've passed out there in 45 minutes. That's no big deal. I could get blackout. Are you nuts?
Couple car bombs in there, you're good to go.
Dude, I could be in jail in 90 minutes if we had the right amount of liquor.
That bear's got it easy.
I'm California sober though, by the grace of God. We'll talk about that next time too. Okay. What else? What else am I promoting? What else do we got? I'm doing trivia every Thursday. Bluewood Brewing. I host the best trivia game in town. It's free to play. You can get free beer every round. Come out to that every Thursday here in town at the Blue Hood. We got to go get more Busch Light for the fellas. Looks like I'm driving. We love you. Jacob V Weekly. JacobV.com is live, though still being fully populated. JacobV.com. All of our socials are across the screen here at Jacob V Weekly on Instagram. Stay sweet. We love you.
Mwah.